We are live. Greetings, my fellow Nigerians, wherever you are. I am your humble host, Edmond, Ikeh. I bring you good tidings from Jefferson City, Missouri, USA. Yes, I'm a bit early today. Yes, I know what I said last week, Tuesday. This is supposed to be a pre-recorded show, but due to timing differences and recording differences, uh, I was supposed to record this earlier before now, but I wasn't able to record it earlier. That means I couldn't pre-record this particular session. But the next 5 weeks is going to be pre-recorded. I've actually done about two pre-recorded sessions and should be for July 29 and for August 2nd. So those are pre-recorded and the record has been done and you should be able to watch them on those dates. So today, you're lucky to have me here live and direct. And so yeah, and today we are live and direct. Yes, it wasn't supposed to be live and direct. It's supposed to be a pre-recorded session, but I am here. You have me. So you can comment live and I'll read your comment live and interact with you live. Okay? And today's topic, what is today's topic? Today's topic, as I said, is going to be focusing on the preamble of our Constitution and Section 1 of the Constitution. And it's the topic I termed it, is Nigerian Constitution really for the people? Is Nigerian Constitution really for the people? That is the topic for today, okay? Is Nigerian Constitution truly for the people? That is a question for the day. And to answer that question, we're going to read the preamble, that's the introductory statement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. And then we'll also read Section 1 of same Constitution. Okay? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? So please get ready. Share this video, like this video, invite your friends, invite your families, invite your brothers and sisters, invite your friends, your frenemies, everyone in the neighborhood. Share the link to them so that they can join in the conversation, so that they can come and learn what is contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and answer this age-long question. It's a question, it's still an ongoing question. That is Nigerian Constitution, is it really for the people? Is the Constitution for the people? Some people say yes, it's for the people. Some people say no. So we are going to dive into that proper. But before I do that, I want to take comments. So please, comment. I can see there's a good number of people watching right now live. So please comment, say hello to me, as I've already said hello to you. Greetings, everybody. Great to be here again, and that is by Rita English. Thank you, Rita. Thank you for being here. And one truthful man says, wash hands. Okay, wash hands. Are we washing your hands off Nigeria or washing your hands? I don't understand. Well, it's good to have you here, and I hope you join in the conversation and answer the question: is Nigerian Constitution really for the people? Is Nigerian Constitution, Rita, is Nigerian Constitution really for the people? That is our question. What do you think? What is your take on the matter? Okay. There are many problems that many Nigerian constitutional scholars, legal practitioners, and ordinary Nigerians, and sometimes politicians have with the current Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. You know, this myriad of problems starts with the preamble. So there's problems that people have with the Constitution littered all over the Constitution from the different chapters of the Constitution, different sections in the Constitution with the schedules on the columns thereof. But all this problem, it starts with the preamble, which is the opening statement of the Constitution. And we'll get to that. We'll read the preamble in a minute. Okay, so bear with me. We shall read the preamble in a minute. But before we do that, while I'm waiting for you to comment some more, just keep in mind that this show is powered by the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, 3 p.m. US Central Time, and 4 p.m. US Eastern Time. Yes, I'm a little bit early today because this is supposed to be a pre-recorded show, but due to some issues, I'm here live with you a bit early. Yes, I apologize for that. But for those that usually come at 9 p.m. Nigerian time, when you come 9 p.m. Nigerian time, the show have already aired and you should be able to still watch it. So it's a win-win situation for all. Okay. And so with that being said, let's take a quick break. All right. Are you with me?
Register to vote and collect your PVC now. Affliction shall not rise a second time.
That is why we members of Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, GCSDN, is calling on all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, religion, and political affiliation, to embrace our new formula known as 23 unto 23, which means you must encourage 23 persons to register for their voters card. Then the 23 persons should get another 23 persons to register too for their PVC. If 23 is multiplied by 23, we shall arrive at 529 voters card. If 189,035 of us do this, we shall have 100 million voters ready gidigba for the 2023 elections. By December 2023, GCSDN shall organize a global online election where we shall all choose the president.
Welcome back, my people. You've heard that commercial telling you that get your PVC. The PVC registration is still ongoing. The INEC, that is the Independent National Electoral Commission, has finally extended the registration all the way to 31st of this month. 31st of this month. So please seize the opportunity. If you haven't registered yet, register. If you have a defaced PVC, get a new one. If you need to make transfer. You can do the transfer at the comfort of your own home. And I'll even request for a new copy of PVC from the comfort of your own home. If you have a laptop, if you have a smartphone, you can do that. But if you want to do a new registration, you can start it on your own comfort of your own home, on your phone or your laptop or your desktop. But the second phase should be at an INEC office. Or you can just go to INEC office and get all these things done at the office, okay? Make sure you take the advantage. 31st of July is fast approaching, and that is the final deadline. And I don't think INEC will extend that deadline again. So make sure you use this opportunity because voting is your right. You're supposed to vote as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a citizen that care about the future of the nation, as a citizen that care about building a better nation for all Nigerians, both here born today and those that were born in the future. Okay, so please make sure you are part of this movement to rescue Nigeria, because if you don't do this now, we may live to regret it tomorrow. Okay. All right, let's see. There's more comment. There's no. Okay, I have one more comment. Rita says, "Yes, I'm with you, sir. Are you with me? You're with me. Okay. So let's dive into the conversation proper. The conversation proper is on the topic: is Nigerian constitution really for the people? And before we answer that, let's read the preamble, because as I gave you in my opening statement, I said all the problem that people have about the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it starts with the preamble. And what does the preamble say? The preamble of the Constitution says, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, having firmly and solemnly resolved to live in unity and harmony as one indivisible, indissoluble, sovereign nation under God, dedicated to the promotion of inter-African solidarity, world peace, international cooperation and understanding, and to provide for a constitution for the purpose of promoting the good government and welfare of all persons in our country on the principles of freedom, equality, and justice, and for the purpose of consolidating the unity of our people. Do hereby make, enact, and give to ourselves the following constitution. That is the preamble. Ladies and gentlemen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that is our preamble. That is the preamble of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Okay? So you've heard what the preamble says, and this preamble says it started with the opening statement, we the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And here lies one of the major bone of contention with some legal scholars or lovers of the Constitution or lovers of Nigeria. They say we are not part of this, but we are not part of this process. Why would they say we the people? Why would the Constitution say we the people when the people were not part of the process? They said it is the military that just do what they want to do and just give us some document that does not mirror the aspiration of Nigerians. That is what the bone of contention is. So you that is listening to this, you can comment. If you're watching live, you can comment in the comment section. What do you think about the argument that this constitution is not really from us and for us? That statement that we the people is a wrong statement and should not be there to begin with. And that is one of the first problems, that we did not agree to give ourselves this constitution. And this constitution does not mirror our hopes and aspiration. Okay? So who should lead to that question? Is this constitution really a people's constitution? Because groups, social cultural groups like Afenifere and some civil organizations are saying that they need to trash this 1999 constitution and create a brand new constitution, a people's constitution. So even though this constitution opens up the opening statement with we the people of the Federal Republic, they say it is not we the people. This is not the people's constitution, that we need the people's constitution. We need the people's constitution. So what says you? Do we really need the people's constitution? Is putting the statement we the people, does it really matter? Yes, the military gave us this constitution, but they selected a few people to write this constitution. But and these people they selected are Nigerians, they are not foreigners. So do they suffice? Those people that were selected to write the constitution, that the military selected to write the constitution, they are Nigerians. Did they suffice to represent us as we the people? Or no, we no agree. They do not represent us as we the people. We need a new set of people that we are going to select by ourselves to write the people's constitution. Is that your take? What do you think? Is this constitution for us? Is it a representative of who we are as a people? So that is the question. Is this constitution mirroring us as a people, as Nigerians? That is the question. And I believe my guest just came in, so let me add him to the stream, and he's gonna join in the conversation and add more meat to the matter. Greetings, the good barrister, my favorite person, Barrister Joseph Lindo. Welcome.
Thank you. You know, we live in Africa where everything seems not to be working. So the network has been so bad at my end. I've been trying to connect, and I'm glad I'm here finally.
Thank you very much. You made it. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time and always giving your time for to educate our fellow Nigerians, to help them understand the Constitution, and to help them understand what is they ought to do as citizens and how to fight for their right and hold the leaders accountable. Thank you. Truly, truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate you. So I already started the conversation, and I've read the preamble on the Constitution, and I've asked the first question. So I will throw this first question to you. The preamble of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria started with an opening statement. We, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And they say that at the end statement, they say that we enact and give this law to ourselves as the Constitution. Okay? So there's argument out there that this Constitution does not represent Nigerians, the wills and aspirations of Nigeria. So that statement, we the people, is wrong in itself, that this is not the people's constitution, that we need a brand new constitution, which is going to be the people's constitution. So, Barrister, the 1999 constitution as amended, is it the people's constitution?
Well, that has been the argument of a lot of people, and I share in their sentiment along that line, that yes, truly speaking, what we have as a constitution is actually not people's oriented. It never flowed from the people, and that is because what we have today as the 1999 constitution was handed down to us, or handed over to us via military decrees, which were hurriedly subsumed into a working document. At no point did we as a people sat and said, yes, this is what we want as a people to govern us as a constitution. So there has been that argument. And I think for everybody or everyone who shares in that line of thinking is absolutely correct. Because if truly speaking, that constitution is people-oriented, then a lot of issues wouldn't have been raised in it. There wouldn't have some of those lacunas, some of those gaps we are seeing in those constitutions, perhaps would have been taken care of. So over time, there has been attempt to see how we can rebrand our constitution, we can remodel our constitution, we can perhaps amend our constitution to fit the purpose in which it serves. Again, when some of these amendments are done, are they people-oriented? Again, that's another thing. And the only attempt that was made was in 2014 under President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. I'm talking about since we returned back to democracy from 1999. The only attempt that was made was in that 2014 when we had the conference that's to gather together the aims and aspirations of Nigerians for purpose of integrating same into our constitution. Again, that attempt failed like a pack of a card, and we are back to where we are today. So at no point did we as a people sat and said, this is what we want as a people, these are the laws we want to be on ourselves. It's simply some inheritance from the military dictators. So until we tell ourselves the truth that yes, there is a lot of problems with this constitution, for now we may not come out of it quickly. However, that's not to say that attempt has not been made, because I know as a fact that the United States of American Constitution has undergone 18 amendments to suit what it is today. And perhaps we are just on the 5th amendment. So we are hoping that by the time we get to the 10th amendment, we'll get things right. But fundamentally, issues that we should be getting right, for now, which should have given us hope, are not being considered. talk of issue of financial autonomy for local government, issue of financial autonomy for judiciary, issues of absolute separation of powers, where you find the executive appointing the judiciary and all of that. So there's no independence of any arm of government. And these are some of the issues that are drawing us back as a country. So the we there is not in line with the wishes and aspirations of many Nigerians, including myself.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barrister Joseph, for that wonderful view, and which I share similar view. And that brings us to the next question. In that preamble, it said that Nigeria is a nation that's indivisible and indissoluble sovereign nation. And people have this argument: Nigeria is not a nation. Nigeria is a country, not a nation. It's a country with multiple nation states. So that is not a nation. That's one. And then people also argue that Nigeria, you cannot say Nigeria is indivisible. Nigeria is divisible because we are many nations. And if we decide we do not want to belong to Nigeria anymore, that we should be allowed to go our separate way. So Nigeria is divisible when we agree to divide. So what is your take on that? Do you believe in the indivisibility of Nigeria?
Absolutely. I believe in the indivisible nature of Nigeria. I am one of those proponents who don't want this country to divide. And the reason is because we being together gives us a bigger strength than we dividing and going our separate ways. The only problem we need
but there's a difference between not wanting for the country to be
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. So, like I said, I'm one of those proponents who doesn't want this country to divide. And the reason is because there is strength in our diversity. Now, imagine if we flow along the spirit of the Constitution, which says we are one indivisible entity. Because if only we can take away the issues of tribalism, nepotism, favoritism, and unnecessary affiliations and attachment to personalities over above the interest of the common man. I think we'll be proud to say that we are one indivisible nature. But with the current lopsidedness nature of Nigeria, where on the scale of justice, it seems to be tilting higher in favor of certain ethnic groups. And you will not blame people who are sharing that sentiment, because when we ask, is the issue of federal character respect as in the Constitution respected when it comes to appointments? Does the issue of merit, praise, or way over favoritism or tribalism or ethnicity or religious considerations? And these are some of the issues. So that is why some people are saying no. The spirit of the indivisibility as contained in the preambles of the Constitution or in the Constitution does not tally with what we have at the moment. So there is no need or needless saying that we are one indivisible nature, because if we must tell ourselves the truth, does an Igbo man look at a Yoruba man as a Nigerian, as a fellow Nigerian? Does a Fulani man look at a fellow Igbo man as a fellow Nigerian? That is the spirit of the indivisibility. But today, we are driven along tribalism, favoritism, ethnicity, religiosity, and all of that. So it's quite unfortunate. And until we go back to the drawing board to flow along the spirit and the tenet of that Constitution that said, look, we are one, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of our geography, or summarily, irrespective of our biology and our geography, where we were born and where we are coming from. I think we'll be in and good for it as a country.
All right. So in essence,
Yeah.
as the Constitution said in the preamble and even in other sections of the Constitution about the indivisible nature of the country and indissolubility. So in order to make that an actuality, certain conditions needs to be met. So if those conditions are not met, then that means the country can be divisible. Because to be indivisible, certain conditions have to be met. Because if you read the preamble further, the second paragraph, it said, this is to provide for a constitution for the purpose of promoting good government and welfare of all persons of a country. So, but if you ask all persons of the country, they will say they have not experienced good government. They have not experienced welfare. So if you cannot guarantee those welfare, those good governance, then why won't you say someone should not leave the country to go find a better country? So that is the argument people will have out there. But let me leave the argument for a moment and go to the next question. The next question I have for you, good barrister, is does our constitution as it stands, as it is today, 1999 as amended, does it really promote good governance and welfare of all persons in our country, or the principle of freedom, equality, and justice for the purpose of consolidating unity of all people? Is our unity consolidated? Is it working towards that? What do you?
Well, on the scale of 100, Dr. Ikeh, I think we are just, yeah, on the scale of 100, I'll give it 20%. And if I score it 20%, that's a poor mark, right?
That's poor score, very terrible.
And the reason is simple. Let's start from the fundamental objective and direct principles of state policies, which concerns the ordinary man, where it is the duty of the government to provide good education, make the environment habitable, harness the mineral resources for my betterment and yours, right? It is the duty of the government to provide all of this. Make the environment safe for everybody to enjoy the fundamental right contained in Chapter 4. Because if Chapter 2 is not taken care of, how will you enjoy your Chapter 4, your fundamental rights? Imagine if the environment is contaminated and the government folds her hands and watch. Is your right to life safe? Absolutely no. If the government refuses to harness the mineral resources and use it to develop the education sector, today ASU is on strike. It's getting to five months, and the government is just playing hide and seek with it. So that is how will you enjoy your right to liberty, your right to dignity? How will you enjoy all of that? But the evil of the Constitution is that whether the government provides good road, good education, harness the mineral resources for the promotion of good governance and all of this, even if the government does not do any of this, you cannot go to the court and challenge the government or make the government to enforce all of this. Unlike what we have in India, where the fundamental objective and direct principles of state policies are justiciable. Once the government does not do it, an individual can go to court and enforce it. Right? It's not here. It's not so in Nigeria. So tell me, where do we go from here? How do we enjoy our right when we cannot hold? There is no instrument for us to hold a government accountable. What we have is what we may have perceived. People are saying yes, the African Charter on Peoples and Human Rights, which the government, the National Assembly has ratified, but so far as Section 6, subsection 6, paragraph C of the Constitution is not expunged, then we cannot enjoy good governance in Nigeria, because we cannot hold government accountable. We cannot hold our leaders. And once Chapter 2 is not well implemented, I guarantee you that we cannot enjoy Chapter 4 very well. So the two goes together. So that's the problem we have.
Okay. Thank you very much. Before we go further, I would like us to read Section 1 of the Constitution, and then I'll ask you one more question, then we'll wrap up. Because we have spent 30 whole minutes. That's time fly by so far. I can't believe we spent 30 minutes in this session. It was going so far. Okay. Section 1, it says, this Constitution is supreme. So it's supreme, and its provision shall have binding force on the authorities and persons throughout the Federation, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed, nor shall any person or group of persons take control of government of Nigeria or any part thereof, except in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. If any other law is inconsistent with the provision of this Constitution shall prevail, and that other law shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void. So this is just telling us that our Constitution is supreme.
Supreme.
With all its flaws, it is supreme. So what is your take on that, Mr.
Well, that clause, that provision of Section 1, other law that is inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution, such law is null and void. So, Dr. Ikeh, you will agree with me that irrespective of other legislations we have, the Constitution still remains supreme. And when it comes to good governance, when it comes to accountability, when it comes to good leadership, when it comes to social security, until we make such things become constitutional, that is when I and you can sit and hit our hand on the chest and say, we have a constitution, we have a country that is promoting, that is protecting the well-being and the fundamental right or the lives and properties of her citizens. That is it. So and I've been giving this example. Look at the beauty of chapter 2. Look at how beautifully it is couched, right? That it is the business of the government to take care of me and you. How? Harness the mineral resources, because the government has taken over all the mineral resources. I and you don't have access to it. If we dare tamper with any natural resources that belongs to the federal government, it becomes an economic sabotage, and you will be dealt with by law, right? But the law, the Constitution does not give me and you power to hold my government accountable that, look, you have not provided education, and as such, I'm taking you to court to go and enforce my education right. So, National Association of Nigerian Students at the moment cannot take the government to court. Even if they do, they will only be premising their argument on a subsidiary legislation, which is not constitutional. So as far as I'm concerned, until we rebrand our constitution to say, look, for us to be accountable for ourselves, there are certain provisions in the constitution that must be expunged. And because of the supremacy clause of the Constitution, even if you go to court, an argument may be raised that, look, you are raising the issue you are raising is a constitutional matter, and the Constitution is clear on it. And automatically that subsidiary law you are relying upon becomes null and void because it's inconsistent with the Constitution. Right? So until we set our priorities right, that look, irrespective of the supremacy clause of the Constitution, perhaps because of the supremacy clause of the Constitution, then certain provisions of the Constitutions that will cause a negation in good governance, in leadership, in the security and well-being of the people has to be taken away, so that we will now say, yes, this is a supreme law that is protecting the life and property of every citizen. But for now, that constitution is just a document, it's a skeleton that has no flesh to protect the bones.
Thank you, thank you. All right, we are ending this show shortly, so I just want to give you a summary. You've had our preamble, you've had the 3 or 4 questions asked so far and the explanation to them, and I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from that. But no matter what, Section 1 of our Constitution shows us and reminds us that the 1999 Constitution as amended remains supreme. And no matter whatever problems or issue it may have right now, it remains the only constitution we have for now. If we want a new constitution, if we want our constitution to be amended, then we as the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria must actively and continuously. It's the continuous process. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. Film, you just sprint off and then you stop and then just keep resting and never resume again. It's a marathon. They keep running and running until we reform our country, until we reform our laws. So you have to be actively and continuously engage the legislative branch of government, because they are the one responsible for making laws, the National Assembly, the senators and the House of Assembly members. So you have to actively and continuously engage them. And you can start doing that if you haven't been doing that. And that is the chance, the only chance we have to have a better law and to build a country that's governed by law and order. Over to you, the barrister. What's your closing remark to Nigerians?
Yes, we have come to that crossroad where, as Nigerians, we should begin to ask questions, very pertinent questions. We should begin to engage in some constitutional conversation, and we should begin to push for the justiciability of Chapter 2, and perhaps the removal of Section 6, Sub 6, Paragraph C of the Constitution, so that we can enthrone together, we can enthrone good governance in this country. I want to sincerely thank Global Coalition for Security and Democracy Network and Dr. Ikeh for always taking time to host me on the show.
Thank you for always accepting to come. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And this is where we end today's show. So please keep liking this channel, keep sharing this show, and inviting more people to watch and learn. And if you have questions, always shoot us questions. If you look at the screen, you see the email. If you send email to that right.gcsdn@gmail.com, I will receive that email. And you can also look at what GCSDN is about on our website, www.gcsdn.org. And once again, keep the conversation. It does not end on this live broadcast. You can always go to the comment section on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Facebook to continue the conversation over there. And thank you once again for being here tonight, and you have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Barrister Joseph. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you.